Good afternoon, everyone. It is 3:45 p.m. Mountain Time on Tuesday, March 2nd. And I haven't done a video in a couple days. I enrolled in a programming course for cryptocurrency, so I've been spending a few extra hours a day on that. But I did want to get in here and update everyone on where I think we're at and share some news, as well as some new things that I've been delving into in the cryptocurrency space. So let's get started and let's get right into it. And if you see, I have on my screen a picture of Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful with laser eyes. And that's the first piece of news that I wanted to share, is that Kevin O'Leary tweeted, "Is Bitcoin a currency, property, an asset, maybe all of the above? I'm going with a 3% portfolio allocation, and I'm looking at investing in miners that can create coin under a mandate of zero carbon, so sustainably." So more money, more big money going into Bitcoin. 3% portfolio worth. Kevin O'Leary, aka Mr. Wonderful. Michael Saylor made another Bitcoin purchase. It was only $15 million. Right, so he made a Bitcoin purchase of 328 Bitcoin at an average price of $45,710 per Bitcoin. He's just, every time he gets any money, he's just putting it into Bitcoin. He's pretty much all in. Also with the laser eyes. My laser eyes are way better. I'm not taking them away. I know everybody says that since the laser eyes started, that's what pulled Bitcoin down. No, it was coming down anyways. If you see what I see, you'd keep your laser eyes. I believe in it that much. Twitter. Now, I'm not saying they're buying Bitcoin with this, but I'm thinking they're buying Bitcoin with this. Twitter to offer $1.25 billion worth of convertible bonds. Why would they take this on when they have plenty of cash? In the amount of $1.25 billion, doesn't that sound like just the amount that some of these large corporations are putting into Bitcoin? You know, Tesla put $1.5 billion in. Michael Saylor, he's put in hundreds of millions at a time. I think he made near a $1 billion purchase. Twitter, $1.25 billion. It just sounds like it to me. I wouldn't be surprised within the next week or two if you hear Twitter announce that they bought $1.25 billion worth of Bitcoin. That's just my speculation. India with the rupee, the Indian rupee going in the toilet. Crypto bank opens physical location in India's capital as potential regulatory ban looms. You can't regulate this. It's global. If you understand the blockchain, you understand why it can't be blocked. It can't be stopped. So these countries with deflating currencies are going into this, and these countries are trying to create these bans to protect their deflating currency. It's just not going to work over the long run. It's an idea whose time has come, and it's knocking on the front door. That's how close it's come. So you could see things happening. The dots are there to connect. Nigeria, I think, is the highest per capita ownership of Bitcoin on the planet, and there's third world countries everywhere that are like saving their villages and stuff with Bitcoin. So you just can't stop it. Every time that somebody puts out a ban on it, Bitcoin always seems to go up. So they're doing themselves an injustice. And I thought this was kind of funny. You can now buy a used Hyundai, not just a Lambo, with Bitcoin. H. Gregg, a Quebec-based vehicle superstore with 30 North American locations, will begin accepting cryptocurrency payments for new or pre-owned vehicles this month. The auto dealer, which has locations in Quebec and Florida, is becoming one of the first large automotive groups to accept digital asset payments in its day-to-day operation. The company claims to have 500,000 vehicles over the past 25 years and maintains a warehouse in Miami that's stocked with over 1,000 cars. A portion of the revenue from sales made in cryptocurrency will be kept in this format by the company. This is what I read is this is their way of converting their balance sheet over to Bitcoin, not just directly, converting it from the US dollar and buying Bitcoin with that US dollar, but saving a lot of what they sell in the form of Bitcoin. So pretty pretty interesting. It's just little by little, you see little things like this that are just going to, I believe, start to add up. And I just think I've been seeing more of it, and I'm going to continue to see more of it. So that's the news. So I just see more and more adoption of this, more and more usage of it. So what I want to jump right into next is just get a quick update on our Bitcoin charts and where we're at. And I have Dot pulled up here. I actually want to pull up Bitcoin. And if you remember, we have our support lines. And my thesis and theory is that everybody that I see has their buy orders, their bids are in at 42,000 to 42,500. And if you see here, we dropped down to $43,016. We recovered back above this support line, which we've broken a couple times, but closed above both times, and we've been holding it pretty strongly. I'd like to see this rounded bottom here for about a month's time frame, like we saw from January 8th to February 8th. Does that happen? I don't know. I think that will make the strongest case for a continued bull run. If we went up to 75,000, around this time we hit above 58,000, I think the bull run would have been over. It just would have crashed. Everybody would have sold out. Now we have a fighting chance, and I'm hoping that we hold. I'm looking for it to hold this area above the 44,850 mark. I don't expect it to hold the 46,700 mark, though it's been doing a good job of it so far. And it's been choppy. It's been up one day, down one day, up one day, down one day. The altcoins have been following the same pattern. Price of Bitcoin, we're looking at similar. Let's go back to the 1 day. Similar pattern. What we're hoping for with altcoin market is that it gets a little bit of more of recovery, so we don't form this head and shoulders pattern. But if you look on the Bitcoin chart and the altcoin chart, RSIs have cooled off. Personally, I never use an oversold RSI as a buy indicator. I'll look more for like a divergence, so if we, are looking right here to here, and we come up a little bit more, we got a bullish divergence that can make for a stronger bull case. And where was a really good example? Was it on the weekly? Might have been on the weekly. Yeah, so from here to here. No, it was on the daily. Anyways, that's more what I look for. RSI, I've seen stocks go down continuously, just keep going down day after day after day after day in oversold territory. So I personally don't, I could use, oversold in conjunction with other things to help formulate a theory or a thesis. But just being oversold doesn't mean that it's going to stop going down. Now, overbought, I could use as a sell indicator. Like when we were at 96 RSI on the weekly, I think we all knew that we were due for a correction here, and I don't think that 30% is going to hit, because 30% puts us under 41,000. And I think if we do see that, we're going to see like 38,000 right about there. So anyways, onto the Bitcoin dominance chart. I have that pulled up. Let's pull that up real quick. Bitcoin dominance chart. So we're right around that 62 area still, 61.79%. I really would like to, for a strong, really face-ripping, strong altcoin market, altcoin season, as they call it, to happen. I'd like to see it come up around 65 to 67. I don't think it's going to happen at this point. We saw some resistance when it got up to the 64.84 area, and you could make a strong case for this head and shoulders pattern forming. It could drop at any second, and that would make a strong case for another bull run in the altcoin market. And I'm looking for it to come at least down to this 52% area, and hopefully, because altcoins are where a crap load of money is made, hopefully this 36 area, maybe 40 to 36 to 40 area would be really nice for the altcoins that I hold. So looking good, looking strong. It's a good, strong, regular, healthy consolidation from the highs. So not bad. Now, if you want to see, one good thing to look at is the price comparison to Bitcoin, right? Price to Bitcoin. So one of the coins that have been doing really well is Cardano. And as Bitcoin was going down, Cardano was doing a good job coming up until recently. I think it got a little overextended, but one that has been doing really well in comparison to Bitcoin, even though both prices have been going down, is Polkadot. Look at that. Look at that strength compared to Bitcoin. So this is a good indicator to me, showing that like when Bitcoin is done coming down or when Bitcoin starts going up again, that this could be one that potentially performs really well price-wise to the US dollar. So something good to look at. You could use Binance charts even if you can't get on Binance, like if you're in the US or something. So, and they're probably the most listed on the Bitcoin market. So good one to look at. But just something else I wanted to throw in there. I do that all the time, and I guess it's not as common as I might have thought, but good thing to look at. The next thing I want to look into is liquidity providing, farming, and it's kind of like a version of staking. So I'm not really that knowledgeable on this yet. So I don't want to do a full deep dive into liquidity providing and farming just because I don't want to give wrong information. I don't know about it yet, but when I see APYs of over 1,000%, I want to learn about that. One of the ones that I am participating in is the ETH Any liquidity providing. So essentially what you're doing is you're acting as a market maker and you're providing liquidity for this pair. So you could buy any swap token with your Ethereum or vice versa. And you get incentivized to do that. And right now it depends. I believe there's a good article on this. Go to Binance Academy. Just Google Binance Academy liquidity pools, and you can find this article. And it's a pretty good job of explaining the basics. And I believe what happens is you get a percentage after every transaction on that trading pair, and that percentage gets distributed amongst every liquidity provider. So the more that you hold in that liquidity pool, the more that you're going to get. And you could see here there's different tabs on the 1inch exchange, and this exists on Uniswap too. I'm just not familiar with their user interface with the pools and how they work. I really haven't looked at them at all, but all these decentralized finance exchanges have them for the most part, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but you can see here's the liquidity and here's the earnings. So you can see there's fairly regular earnings. And this is one I was looking into also. XBTC, it replicates the Bitcoin dominance, so it's less volatile. It's not quite a stable coin, but it's less volatile. I mean, if the Bitcoin dominance dropped to that 36 area, it'll drop by 50%. But you could see like the liquidity is 50,000. The earning is, there's nothing on there. So is it going to be every 2 months? I got to hold it to get one time frame of rewards. I don't know. That's what I'm looking into. And then the other thing I'm looking into, which I don't fully understand, I'm waiting for a response from the 1inch help. So I know I'll explain on auto farm. It's really easy. That's the next one to look at. But say I provide a liquidity pair, like I enter into a liquidity pool. Do I get paid in the form of additional AnySwap tokens, Ethereum tokens? Do I get 1inch tokens, which I haven't gotten any of that yet? Do I get proof of liquidity tokens, POL? That's kind of where I'm learning as well. So bear with me. I will learn more about this, and I will pass that on. There are people that know more about this than me. Great. I'm not gonna know the most about everything, but I'm trying. So Auto Farm is another site where there's farming and you get rewarded in auto tokens. Auto Farm has their auto tokens. So the biggest risk in this is, well, number one, trusting the website and the creator of the website to hold your money. The other risk is the volatility and fluctuation in the price of auto tokens. So one thing that I found interesting is that it's not all just pairs. Like PancakeSwap tokens, 286%, 0.41% a day in the form of auto tokens. So pretty cool. I'm probably gonna mess with this, especially because like Polkadot, if you hold it, like why not earn 0.05% a day, and then you could just sell those auto tokens, whatever they're worth. It's free money. So that's pretty cool to me. USD coin 37.4%, and Tether to stable coins that you're getting over 30% on. It's wild to me. And this is this is part of why I believe that crypto is the future. Is I had a friend have a Facebook post of the top 3 market cap coins, and the third one was left blank, so I answered him Cardano, and we had this conversation, and I was talking to him about these percentage yields, and then I was talking to him about like, yeah, I heard this commercial for a credit union, and they were talking about 0.3% savings accounts. I'm like, that's garbage. Like, that's nothing to get excited about. And then you go on here and you got these stable coins, and on, you could stake on Swissborg for 20% on USD coin, and you're getting 0.3% at a bank. Like, whoop-de-doo. So it's just blowing away any type of returns that you can get, and there's high risk and there's low risk as well. And then I went into just talking about, beyond the savings account, there's credit cards, there's insurance, there's what was the other one? Let me pull that up real quick. And then there's loans. Like Celsius is loaning at 1%. Like, where can you find a loan at a bank that's 1% interest? I mean, it's insane. It's all on the blockchain, which I'm learning more about. So that should be fun. I look forward to learning more in the programming aspect. I think that's going to really help me understand this to a much greater degree. But these are stuff that I'm looking into, just beyond just the appreciation of the asset that you own. It is just earning percentage off of owning it. It's just adding to your returns that you're potentially able to get. So definitely something to look into. Last thing I want to mention is watch out for scams. Nobody will ever ask you to send any type of cryptocurrency to an address. If you're sending cryptocurrency, one thing that you need to understand about blockchain and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is that it goes one way, but not the other. And that's what keeps it so secure, right? There's a good example of like, say you buy something on, you have something listed for sale on eBay, right? And somebody buys it from you, and you ship out that order to them. It gets shipped to them. They call their bank. They say it's fraud. They cancel the order. You don't get paid, but yet they have your stuff. That can't happen, because once something is on the blockchain, it can never be taken off. So it cannot be canceled. And anyways, that's what's so cool about all this. Don't get scammed. If there's like a cryptocurrency saying like, oh yeah, you can get this at this price, just send like half an Ethereum to this address. Don't do it. Nobody will ever ask you for that. Don't give away your private key. Don't give away anything. Don't ever send money to a solicited address. I read somewhere where there was like one of those fake Elon Musk account scams. Somebody sent like 5 Bitcoin worth to, and can you imagine $250,000 worth of Bitcoin? It's gone. Like, you could try and sue the address is public, but your chances are slim to none of tracking down that person. So be aware of scams. Don't fall into them. Don't ever send to a solicited address or somebody who's asking you to send money to that address. It's a scam. So anyways, hope this was helpful. Hope this turned on the wheels in your head and opened you up to some new things going on. And just wanted to share some news where we're at with Bitcoin. Like I said, I just want to see kind of a rounded bottom for a month, like just some regular chop, some good old-fashioned chop. And that'll make for a really strong bull case end of March, beginning of April, where we could really see some face-melting altcoin seasons. Looking forward to that. So other than that, Have a great day.